Okay, here we are at the winter solstice. The solstice was yesterday. It is 2:20 in the afternoon. I have a 1,000-watt system producing 5.5 amps. I'll show you the condition of the sun. That's it. Can't see it. It's been like that all day. So when you talk to these outfits that tell you about how much solar you need, and you use your average irradiance for your area, and you go through all the charts and make all your calculations, all that's great, but nobody can tell you actually how much they put out when it's overcast. Well, there it is. I have a 1,000-watt system, 5.8 amps. Made 29.2 amp hours were made today. System is 12.8 volts. Actually in a charge state, putting 1.7 amps into the batteries right now. So the house is just sitting there taking almost nothing. Yeah, the batteries are at 98%. So we've been losing ground today. They started out at 100%. So, you know, by evening that'll probably be quite a bit less. To show you the amp hours that I'm behind since this morning, 16.2 amps, 16.2 amp hours is what has been depleted from my batteries. And you can see 29.3 amp hours is what I've made. So I'm holding my own through the day. But how many days I could do this? Here's the deal. A lot of people say you need to have 3 days minimum, 5 days preferred, autonomous, with a storm come in and not have any sun for 3 to 5 days. Here's the reality where I live. It's been 3 months. I don't have any sunny days. If I do, it's up for like an hour just before it sets. And that's what we didn't know. So there would be a lot of generator days. We're looking at December, January, and February are going to be pretty much hanging on diesel power. I mean, you hold your own through the day, but let's face it, you're going to be running your generator every week. But the rest of the time, because we were running fine all the way up through the end of September and probably halfway through October, it was able to completely recover the system every day at 1,000 watts with our needs. So that's what they never do advertise. They say, oh yes, well, it will produce less on a cloudy day. Well, how much less? The system's capable of over 60 amps, and I have 5.8 amps today on this kind of a weather condition. If the sun would even peek through for a moment, we'd be doing really well, but it's not going to, and I don't expect to see the sun where I live. Maybe this last 2 weeks of January we'll have about 3.5–4 hours of direct sunlight a day, and then it's just going to lock down hard until April anyway. You see kind of a bright spot over there towards the coast. Anyhow, it looks like there would be 4 months of burning diesel 1 day a week with what I'm capable of putting back in my batteries. It looks like I have a hybrid system where I can put 100 amps into the batteries running the big generator. And then I have another generator that just sips gas at idle. This little Honda that we built up at the shop produces 55 amps just off idle, but actually at idle it'll run 25 amps all day, and it's just barely using any gas at all. So you bulk the batteries with the diesel when you can put 60 to 100 amps. And then when the batteries start getting topped off, they won't take very much. So instead of running all that diesel for nothing, just have this tiny little Honda sit there and top your batteries off. Now I know you should be able to do that with solar, and most of the time we can have the solar panels actually bring them up to a place of float by the end of the day, but not with weather like this. Anyway, you folks have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.